feeding us pastries for breakfast, and we still had to pay full price to stay here? Like, come on.
May I ask where you're going now?
We're going to get something to eat.
Everything closed across the street. Everything closed. Gas station, shopping mall, everything closed.
So what are y'all doing for gas? You all knew this storm was coming, right? So you're going to give us bag lunches, bag breakfast, some pastries? That's so disrespectful.
So my Caribbean cousin, I noticed on my timeline, a lot of the Americans were complaining that they were not receiving good treatment from the staff in the hotel in Jamaica because they're receiving food in a bag. Who sent you there? Who sent you there? You should be grateful that you're receiving food in a bag. If you're ready to leave Jamaica, go to the embassy and tell them that you demand that your president leave their warship, leave the Caribbean Sea, and come and pick up all the Americans who are currently stranded in Jamaica.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, there is a video which it is trending online from an American lady. This American lady, she was in Jamaica, and being in Jamaica, it happens that the Hurricane Melissa was hitting Jamaica. So after Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica, we saw the damage that Hurricane Melissa brought in Jamaica. Majority of people, they lost their their property was destroyed. Some of the hotels also properties were destroyed. And after the Hurricane Melissa, this American woman, she was complaining the hotel, it gave her bad food. So she was complaining, why is it she's getting bad food? But in the mind, this lady, she's not realizing that this hotel, it has been hit with Hurricane Melissa. So this Hurricane Melissa, it has brought a lot of damages. But all this American woman, she's thinking it is all about food. So that one, it has sparked a lot of reactions toward Jamaica. Majority of Jamaicans, they have come out and sending their backlash towards this American woman. So kindly guys, I want you to watch these reactions from Jamaicans. Then I'll be back with more comment.
Look at here, another entitled ungrateful tourist currently in Jamaica during a Category 5 hurricane. What could possibly be her issue? Let's find out. Meet Simora. I guess I'm pronouncing it correctly, but who cares? Let's find out what she's pissed off or upset or disgusted about. She's currently staying at the Secrets All-Inclusive Resort in Jamaica during a Category 5 hurricane, and she proceeds to create a video showing the food that the staff brought for her and the person that is in the room for her. They received 4 bags. 2 of the bags had multiple containers of food. As you can see, this is a container, this is a container, this is another one up at the top. It's another one over here with some fruit cocktails in it. And then you can see there's some containers underneath here. What could possibly be the problem? It looks like she's being fed along with the other guests in the room with her. But what could be the problem? Let's take a look at what's inside these containers. So she proceeds to show us this container. It looks like some potatoes, some carrots, and some cucumbers. I don't see a problem here. It's a Category 5 hurricane. What are you expecting? Caviar, steak, sushi, a crab boil? Thank you for bringing this to me. I'm grateful. I have some substance. Yeah, but let's continue to look into the containers. Do you see anything wrong with this food? Let me know. But let's keep going. Look at here. We have crackers, cheese, a variety of cheese, 2 bread rolls, some lettuce, and a variety of meats. I don't know about you, but I love me some charcuterie. Definitely can make a sandwich, nibble. Substance. It's a Category 5 hurricane. Thank you. I'm grateful. It's something to have on my stomach to sustain me. But what is the problem? Why is she disgusted? Why is she complaining? Let's keep going. Well, what do we have here? Breakfast: eggs, bacon, 2 hash browns, and it looks like some either vegetables or salsa over there. Pretty good breakfast during a Category 5 hurricane where there's possibly no electricity, no gas, or anything to really prepare a smorgasbord, a variety, a buffet of foods, but it's something to sustain you. So what is the problem, Samora?
So what are y'all doing for gas? You all knew this storm was coming, right? So you gonna give us bagged lunches, bagged breakfast, some pastries? That's so disrespectful.
What in the audacity, privilege, and entitlement is going on here? I mean, you guys are in the midst of a natural disaster, a Category 5 hurricane, one in which people are dying outside of that fancy resort. One in which the locals, the resort workers, are away from their families serving you? I mean, my God, show some respect. This is utterly ridiculous, and it shows other countries just how a lot of Americans are. And then I heard somebody complaining, the bar's not open. The bar? I have so many questions. You know, I travel a lot, and I never travel unless I look at the weather patterns and I look at the best time to go to a particular place. We've traveled all over Europe. When we went to Dubai, the first thing we checked is, when is the best time to go to Dubai? It's definitely not when it's hot. So we went in December. I mean, come on, y'all. Did nobody check? Like, the hurricane season is June to November. It's Googleable. And then people are complaining that they're being price gouged by the resorts, right? Well, y'all do know that the resorts are primarily owned and operated by companies and investors out of the United States. I mean, shared with Spain and Canada, but we got our hands all in that price gouging, y'all. So come back home and complain to them. But don't beat up the staff. What the hell did they do? They're trying to serve you away from their families. Knock it off. This is ridiculous.
Is the expectation that it should be business as usual after a major natural disaster? Of course, they're not going to get the food that they paid for initially because the island does not have the resources to provide that. However, they are being provided with food. And at the end of the day, some of these hotels will offer some sort of compensation. But the real question is, why would you travel during hurricane season without travel insurance? If you have enough money to travel, you should be able to pay $40 to $100 extra for travel insurance that would cover hurricane and natural disasters. Like, make it make sense. This is wild. I'm sorry.
I'm going to come on here and say this, not as a Jamaican, but as a human being. And I'm currently in America right now. So I'm speaking to American people. And I'm not blaming all of you because I understand that, you know, not all of you are like this. Do you get what I mean? Like, America actually has beautiful people, right? But I've been coming across videos of, you know, American people in Jamaica that are basically complaining at hotel staff and being rude to them about the fact that the food is not to their standard. Mind you, Jamaica has not seen a hurricane like this since 1988. The last time a hurricane came at this strength was Hurricane Gilbert, do you understand? And our parents speak about it, including my mom, all the time. So the fact that something like this happened again is truly devastating. Now I see a lot of people on social media saying, oh, but you could have left. Oh, this, oh, that. I'm not going to blame the tourist because I don't know what that tourist financial circumstances is. Maybe they never had the means to leave. Do you understand? Because it wouldn't be fair of me to jump on this lady with everybody else not understanding her point of view or why she chose to react the way she did. I'm not going to invalidate, you know, how she feels. But what I'm saying is, bro, people lost a lot in this hurricane. People lost their homes. And a lot of these people who lost everything are impoverished. But I just say this to say, like, be human, man. Like, just be human, because I get it. You know, you worked and you saved all that money to go and have the Jamaican experience, and it just never happened. And understand, it's not the Jamaican people's fault. It's not the hotel staff fault. Like, they did not conjure up that hurricane. Like, if Caribbean people had the power to not conjure up them things, we wouldn't. Like, I'm telling you, it's not their fault. just be human. A lot of people have lost so much in this hurricane, including the hotel staff that some of you mans are down there yelling at, bro. They do not live at the resort. They eventually have to go home, and a lot of them might be going home to nothing. Just, I'm not invalidating. I get it. Your money went down the drain. Yeah, but be human. Just be a human being. That's all it is. That's all, you know? That's all I had to say, man. That kind of was disappointing to see, but that's all I'm going to say. Just be human. Just pick it up with the resort, you know, let them give you a refund. You get your money and you go home, because what some of you don't understand is you go home to your nice houses in states where hurricanes probably don't even come. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have not lost anything apart from the Jamaican experience. Like, you're going to go home with your life intact. A lot of people are not privileged as you. Just be human, man. Good night.
So my Caribbean cousin, I noticed on my timeline a lot of the Americans were complaining that they were not receiving good treatment from the staff in the hotel in Jamaica because they're receiving food in a bag. Who sent you there? Who sent you there? You should be grateful that you're receiving food in a bag. If you're ready to leave Jamaica, go to the embassy and tell them that you demand that your president leave their worship, leave the Caribbean Sea, and come and pick up all the Americans who are currently stranded in Jamaica. Who sent you there? I am sure you received a warning that there was going to be a hurricane in Jamaica. Like I said, go to your embassy and demand that your president come and pick up all the Americans and take you back to America where it's safe, allegedly.
Message to the tourists them were there in Jamaica complain about the food here. Are you tone deaf? Do you lack compassion? Do you have any sort or level of decency? Do you also lack awareness? You know, sister, we just have one hurricane. Natural disaster. Imagine. So many people are left homeless. So many people don't even have a bed to sleep on. They don't even have a roof. Don't even have no food to eat. And you are complaining about the food we get at a hotel? The nerve of some owner just dirty and nasty with on look nasty ways. They can't wait for you to go home. Just left. Go on in the river, go on in the sea, go swim back at your yard and come out.
Having next big back bumbo while I can talk about, oh, we got granola bars for breakfast. And that you yam. You look like my blood clot 17-inch TV. Eh? What you want? A steak you want for breakfast, girl? You know, say people them are good if they get something for yam, no, I could understand. But we realize here views you want, eh? And so you record that so you get beaten. Move your big back bumbo wall and go from yourself. Move, because you know say stamina come from the blood clot yard. Eh? Your big no sweet pussy wall you come and complain about your food. Look what we get for breakfast. What you do want, girl? What do you want? Category 5 hurricane and lick down a yard. Eh? Remember say we just want to look at that pan map. See, what you do want? Move your big crave of blood clot and lift up from yourself. Oh, that me I tell you now. No way you don't you come for you, know, girl. Because we rub you out, you know, any day in the world, we rub you. We don't come go home. Eh? Where Melissa ain't galang with all you? Eh? Melissa should lift you up and galang with all you, know, girl. Hey, girl, know what you do, man. Know what you do. That me I make you know. Big back bumper hole. And what did that blood clot 17-inch TV screen here? Hey, girl, go in now. That me I make you know. Anyways, me I can go about my business now. Take care. Bye.
The insensitive Americans that are currently in Jamaica right now, or you can come out to my country and don't go back. Bird outside in the sky, jump on a bird back, leave. Look and say if you're in a boat, leave. Don't go back down there because you're too ungrateful. Only too ungrateful. Me dey on the FYP, I say me can check in with my family and my community. Don't have more baby so. Because from 2 o'clock yesterday, I hear from my family, I'm man to go be, and I don't hear from nobody again because them man a service, them man a power, them now have nothing, them place blood and things. And every time I go up on the FYP, I say, you know, big back ungrateful America complain. Or you can come out of my country and go about in the business and not go back down there. Don't go back down there.
want see what go on with my families. And uno down there, I flood my FYP right now. I know what the worst part about it. Jamaican street no good. When you go down there, Jamaicans open wide. You know when Jesus said, "Come unto me, all thy children," I saw Jamaican scoop on in and welcome on with open arms. I want to mean over here. On Americans in America, on mean over here to the Jamaicans them. On very mean, especially the one them who look like me. On mean, on go on like say I win them on a white fowl. On Americans over here, so on a bad man, on a mean. On go on like a wit tell on the fourth parents, say run in a slavery time. Come out of my country and don't go back down there, man. No, go back down there, blood clot.
Why are y'all being so mean to the Americans in Jamaica? Like, okay, hold on. Some people are annoying as fuck. Okay. The most annoying girl that I have seen is not from America. She's like from Bermuda, has an obvious accent. She's complaining about the food and somebody was like, have you tried internet? Not the point, Vita. But anyway, like y'all are saying, why would you go to Jamaica during hurricane season? The motherfucker open, ain't it? Jamaica don't close during hurricane season. We do have hurricane season every year, but a Cat 5 don't hit Jamaica every year. You make your plans and you hope for the best. But why would you have your wedding? Why you don't have travel insurance? It's like, oh my God. Y'all really do too much to me. If a monumental natural disaster occurs while I'm on vacation and I am now stuck and the hotel is still charging me $300 and $400 a night, I'm gonna be blown as fuck. It doesn't mean that I don't have $300. It's just, it was a natural disaster. Crazy that people are lined up at the front desk having to pay every day. Like, ridiculous complaints about no alcohol, quality of food, okay. But if anybody said anything, y'all on their ass. But that's just so fucking ridiculous. And if you go on a trip and you had enough for a 3-day and now it's a 4, 5, 7 day and now your pockets is tight, they're not judging you, okay? I done been on trips where pockets is tight. I'm not making fun of anybody that ran out of money, okay? If people get locked out their rooms because they can't pay, like, damn, to me, that's just doing a lot. Y'all just be doing a lot.
This is not my regular content, but I am coming on here because this is absolutely why people do not like Americans and why when you travel abroad, you need to book with someone that knows, especially when you are traveling during hurricane season. I am absolutely appalled that I just saw this video, I believe from a newscaster in Indianapolis, and she got wind of it through friends. They went to Jamaica. Even though they knew a hurricane was coming, they went anyway. Didn't have travel insurance. Rule number one, I have been selling travel since I am 16 years old. I am now 47. And I will tell you, the one time that I did not offer it, or the one time where I didn't push a little bit and say, you know, you are traveling, something could happen. No, we're not going to take it. Why would we need to cancel? So I was young. I was in my early 20s and I said, okay. You know, I didn't want to push. And I said, you know, if you do cancel, blah, blah, blah. And there was fine print. They signed all the information. They signed everything because that's what we had them do. You came into our office. This was back in the day when there were offices, you know, on main streets and main roads and little, you know, mini malls and things like that. They were all over the place. We had them come in. You have to sign because you wouldn't get any of your documentation. That was paper back then. It was not digitized yet at that point. And I still don't think it should be digitized. I still think you can have it on your phone. You can have it in your email. You need to have a physical copy of all of your stuff. You need your confirmation numbers, phone numbers. You need all of that. Not just on your phone. You need physical copies of it. That's just me personally. And I remember what happened. Something occurred. I don't remember what it was. And they had to cancel. And it was very last minute. And there was nothing I could do. And I said, I advised you to buy it. And then I got in trouble. What have you. Not that I got in trouble, but the clients were mad at me and said, well, blah, 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 blah. And I said, but, you know, et cetera, et cetera. At that point in time, what my company at the time did because they were irate and calling and it was ridiculous. They offered them vouchers. They did not give them their money back. They said, you have a year to use this towards this hotel chain that they were going to. It was an all-inclusive hotel chain. They were going to give it to them. And then in turn, we changed our policies in regards to selling travel insurance. And what had happened was we had this new thing put on our invoices that says, big, bold, red letters, I am declining the travel insurance offered by my vacation planner, and I am 100% responsible for any fees incurred. To sum it up, that wasn't verbatim, but that's what it was. And if they didn't sign it, we were not charging their card. So there was all this verbiage on there saying, if you do not sign this waiver, it was an insurance waiver, then we're not charging, we're not booking your flights, we're not doing any of that. This has to be signed before we do anything. Because, I cannot tell you how many times people were like, well, what do you mean if something happens? Something can happen tomorrow and you may have to cancel your trip. And then you're out of all of these things. For the amount that you're paying, and I'm just using this as an example, if you're spending $5,000 in total for a trip for a week, which is a really good deal, all-inclusive, airfare, the whole thing, why would you not spend a couple $100s more to cover yourself? God forbid something happens. And here's the kicker. It's never you. It's always something else. And then you're like, oh, well, it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my grandmother, it's my That's what insurance is for. That's what travel insurance is for. Now, I'm going to get back to this happening for this couple. They are staying at one of the Riu properties in Montego Bay. And for the record, Riu is not owned by an American family. It is owned by a family from, I believe it's in Majorca, Spain. It is a Spaniard family that owns the Riu properties. And they're all over the world. Lovely. They're great properties. I've been selling them for years. They're great. Jamaica just had one of the worst hurricanes ever in the history of their island. Hospitals. Now, thank God, I know there have been some fatalities, which is extremely sad and so unfortunate. It breaks my heart. I've been to the island so many times. It's such a the ambiance of the island, their culture, their food, their energy is amazing. I have been there many, many, many times, and it's just, there's history there. Bob Marley, you know what I'm saying? Just going around to the different historic things that this island offers is just wonderful. Tourism is their main import. You know what I'm saying? Like the tourists, the cruise ships, the beautiful, beautiful resorts. Oh my gosh, so many amazing. That's where Sandals was born. Sandals was born in Jamaica. That's huge. These people, there was many of them that went to this particular Riu. I do not know the exact name of this Riu property. RIU is the name. Now, this decimated the island. There's no electricity. The airport is really out of commission. I was looking at pictures, and it breaks my heart to see this, because the amount of help they're going to need, which I hope they will get, to fix the island. And not only that, but, you think about, these beautiful hotels. There are homes that are no longer there. There are homes that are just flattened. They lost everything. That's what I'm thinking about. Yes, the hotels will be able to rebuild, and the hotels had significant damage. There are palm trees, huge, beautiful, uprooted. I mean, they were sideways when you were watching, and some of the people were live streaming and stuff, and I just saying, please be careful, go inside, and they just wanted to show the people. I get it, People that worked at these hotels, where do you think they live? They live on the island. So what did they do? They stayed there to be safe and probably lost their home in the interim, and everything that they owned, and they're gone. And now they have to worry about mudslides, because there's beautiful mountains in Jamaica as well. So some people, they're not able to leave, right? I believe they said they're not able to leave until Saturday. And that's even if they can leave on Saturday. So the resort said, if you want to continue to stay here, extra days, we have to charge you. You can't stay for free. If anyone thinks that they could stay at a resort or any hotel after a significant natural disaster, what is wrong with you? I'm sorry. That baffles my mind. Listen, I get it. It's a crazy situation, but you also have to think, God forbid, if something happens and I'm stuck here because it's way hurricane season, even if you're stuck there 1 or 2 days more, you have to make sure you have enough money. I don't understand this. They are up. So the hotel, Chewy, stop licking. That's my dog. The hotel advised the people that said, well, we're not going to pay. They're like, well, then we're going to deactivate your room key cards and you're going to have to go find a shelter and stay in a shelter if you are unable to pay. I do believe they gave discounted rates, which they normally have done when that has happened in years past, that, they have to extend their stay. Of course you have to extend your stay, but you're going to be fed and people are working here cleaning up your rooms and all this other stuff and you're not paying anything? What? I am in shock right now. I can't believe that these people think that they're just supposed to stay for free. That's not how this works. Now, what would happen if you took travel insurance? Granted, this is a natural disaster, so there is kind of a fine line there because depending on the type of insurance that you book, there's different kinds. So there's cancel for any reason, which usually you get a voucher of some sort from the company that you're booking with. If you book through a company and I will use that as an example, Liberty Travel, or if you use Apple Vacations, FunJet Vacations, places like that. Those are wholesalers, GoGo Vacations, which is no longer. You would receive a voucher, or you pay a higher cost of insurance, okay, based on the amount of that you're paying. And then you come back, you submit the claim form, and then you get a refund. You would get a monetary refund of that amount, less taxes and things like that. That's how that works. Now, and there's also different types of insurance. Like there's other insurance companies like Travel Guard that you could book as well, which let's just say you're booking airline tickets and you forget to book it with the airline itself. You can call Travel Guard and say, hey, I just booked this. Can you give me insurance for my airline ticket? Sure. Boop, boop, boop. They'll ask you questions, and then you're covered. Travel insurance is one of the most important things you can do when you are traveling anywhere within the United States, especially when you're traveling out of the United States. Sometimes your credit cards, a lot of people are like, I have an Amex, I'm covered. Are you really covered? You need to double check that. The audacity of these people in Jamaica that expect this hotel that just got decimated to give them a free room. The privilege is absolutely horrifying and disgusting. There are people from Jamaica that have lost their homes, and you want to stay there for free? Go find a shelter. You should be ashamed of yourselves. This is why people don't like Americans when they travel abroad, because they don't do their homework and they don't do it right. Jamaica, we are praying for you. Stay strong. We are here. Let us know what you need. Maybe we can send some stuff over there and do that, because it's just, we want you to come back and come back strong.
Okay, so now that this hurricane is almost over or ready to exit at this point, here's a couple of things that I saw on the internet that I did not appreciate from Americans as a Jam American myself. I'm going to read it off of my computer. So starting number 1. Americans whining and complaining about food and customer service in a Category 5 hurricane. Where do you think you're at? How dare you? First and foremost, if you're going to a country, you're going to do some research about that country. Even probably a couple of weeks before you even start to travel, you're starting to look at the weather. So you should have known that Jamaica has hurricane season. Secondly, when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, you're going to go home and you're going to fly home on American Airlines, Delta, or whatever airlines you took to go to Jamaica, and you're going to go home to your nice, cozy home. Some of these people that you're going to leave behind in Jamaica don't have a home to go back home to. They don't even have their families. They probably lost their families. Also, you may have forgot that you're not the only one that's in the hotel. There's millions of other people inside the hotel. So yes, they have to think about how they're going to ration these foods over the course of the days to make sure everybody eats. So excuse me if you got a little less or it wasn't your taste. These people are risking their lives to stay with you guys in a hotel, and you're worried about customer service or them not giving you the extra 5-star restaurant food. Second thing I didn't appreciate, and I feel like some of y'all Americans were being a little shady about it, especially this one guy that I saw that he usually talks about breaking the news, and I feel like at first he was being shady, but then he saw all the Jamaicans coming down on him at one point. But second point I did not appreciate is Americans complaining about Jamaicans not taking anything serious. First of all, I found it very ironic because us as Black Americans especially, we don't take nothing serious. Get that out the way. Second thing is, Not to be shady to the Dominican Republic, but the Dominican Republic got flooded out too. And you should see them on my FYP. They're over here swimming, dancing in the rain, and they're having the time of their lives. So what were the Jamaicans supposed to do? Sit there and worry, especially when they cannot evacuate? But I'm going to go into the next part about that. Third, thank you for the concern, because some of you were genuinely concerned, but telling Jamaicans to evacuate and leave their island. And I have a question for everybody, every American that said that. Are you going to provide the Jamaicans with visas and passports? And if so, are you going to provide them with food, shelter, and water? Let's put it like this. Let's make the comparison to Hurricane Katrina and New Orleans. I think Netflix came out with a documentary series about that. And I saw on that documentary series how a lot of these people in New Orleans could not evacuate because they could not afford to evacuate. So they had nowhere to go. So it's kind of like the same thing, because yes, they went through a hurricane too. Jamaica has gone through a hurricane just like how America has gone through hurricanes. Yeah, some of these people cannot afford to evacuate. So where do you want them to go? Now, my fourth and last thing, hopefully it's the fourth, I've lost count, but the fourth and last thing that I did not appreciate is how American media or foreign media portrayed Jamaica. This part I specifically wrote down, so just walk with me. I said I also didn't appreciate as an American how foreign media only showed the underdeveloped areas and made it look as if all Jamaicans lived in a hut or shanty towns or tenement yards, that if a good hurricane came, it would destroy Jamaica beyond repair. Granted, yes, we do have underdeveloped areas, but most houses, especially in modern day today, are built with concrete. If anything, Jamaicans would probably have to worry about their roof blowing off or getting damaged by debris or the trees falling. My thing with us Americans, the same way we want people to sympathize with us, we need to sympathize with people. And that was not sympathetic with a lot of things that I saw. Even people fighting in the hotel in a time like this when everybody should be uniting in a Category 5 hurricane. And I'm not just talking about the resort, but if you cannot respect a person's country in total and respect the culture there and respect how they maneuver, then just don't go there, period.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how majority of Jamaicans, they have come out and react towards this American woman complaining that she's getting bad food. But this woman, she is not realizing that before the Hurricane Melissa, she was getting better food. She was enjoying her vacation in Jamaica. But all this, it is happening simply because Jamaicans, they have experienced Hurricane Melissa, and this is the worst Hurricane Melissa that it has come to hit Jamaica. And we have seen how Jamaicans, how this Hurricane Melissa, it has brought damage to Jamaicans. We have seen how the Jamaicans, they have lost their property, the damages that this Hurricane Melissa, it has come with Jamaica, the damage that this Hurricane Melissa, it has done in Jamaica. But instead of this American woman to have a sympathy to try and help Jamaicans, because right now Jamaicans, they need more help. But this American woman, what she thinks, it is all about food. You can imagine, is this lady having a human heart? You all think about food, while majority of Jamaicans, others, they have lost their beloved ones, others, they have lost their properties, others, they have lost their house, others, they don't know where their families they are, but all you think, it is all about food. This is not right time for asking for food. Instead of helping, and also instead of using your common sense and know that this hotel, it was giving out the best food, the reasons to why you went to that hotel, it is because you saw they are having best food, their service, it is quality, it is the best hotel, and that's why you decided to go to that hotel. But before you didn't complaining, but you need to realize that Jamaicans, they have been hit with Hurricane Melissa. They are going through a lot of challenges, a lot of struggle right now. So for you, instead of trying to help them, you just complaining about the food. No, this is not the kind of Black Americans we want in Jamaica. We want Black Americans who are helping people in terms of helping the Jamaicans, because right now they need more helps. They need more help. Don't come out and start complaining and just ruining their mind. These people right now, they are thinking a lot of things. They are looking for their families. Others, the service might be not good, because the people who are serving also, they need to confirm with their homes, with their families. If their homes, it is okay. If their families, they are okay. Instead of you having sympathy, you all about you, what you are doing, it is all complaining. And that's why majority of Jamaicans, they have not just come out and sit down and sing insulting them while they are struggling right now. So you have seen how Jamaicans, they have come out and react. And one thing I really love about Jamaicans is Jamaicans, they don't always entertain nonsense. They will not entertain nonsense. You will not come to Jamaica and bring your nonsense in Jamaica. You just know that if there is a time to joke, the Jamaicans, they always joke. If there is a time which Jamaicans, they are sad, you just know Jamaicans, they are sad. So for you, instead of you packing your things, then go to another hotel which it is not hit by Hurricane Melissa, so that you can enjoy your staycation, you are now coming out and complaining. Before you complain, just see around and see what the status of hotel before you came in. You can imagine, see the status of hotel right now. Before you came, it was good, but after the Hurricane Melissa, things have changed. Yeah, things have changed, and that's why you can see they have packed the food. Others, they were complaining that this Jamaican hotel, it has packed the food. They have been given a packed food in a paper bag. So this is because of Hurricane Melissa. You guys, you need to understand. You know, one thing about this, some of the Black people who they have lived in America, majority of them, they always want respect. They don't care. The majority of them, they want to be treated with respect. They want to be treated like the people who they have come from the first world country. But right, these people, they don't care if the service they want right now, the people, they cannot give out that service because of the circumstances and the challenges they are going through. So kindly guys, also you can share your thoughts on the comment section. Tell us, what do you think about this American lady? And also, I've seen majority of Americans also, they have come out and also they have tried to warn this American woman not to complain so much, because right now Jamaicans, they need help. Majority of them, they need help. So you should stop complaining about food. Yeah, you need, first of all, before complaining about food, you need to check if the people, the Jamaicans, they are okay. If their loved ones, they are okay, then you will come back to the food. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one, guys. Bye bye.